Hi, it's Chris again with C&H Auto Accessories coming from sunny Margate, Florida. By the way, if you have questions, that is our telephone number for the store. Now, what do we have here today? Well, we have a Undercover Armor Flex. That's right, the Armor Flex, a super strong cover by Undercover. And before I go into how it works, buddy, go ahead and film how it looks here. As you can see, it has a Line-X piece here on top. They Line-X the paneling. So it is a flush mount. It's going to sit in the bed, so it's looks a lot better. It does match the truck very nicely. Now, what's nice about this, I know a lot of people would take the regular Ultraflex and then go Line-X it themselves. This is better because the panels are Line-X by themselves, and then the seals are on top here, so that works really, really well. So now, a couple things I'm going to go over today. They have changed some stuff on this cover. That's right. I wanted to go over some of the changes, and they are for the better. This is the first time we have gotten this newer model, and I'll point out some of the changes, and I'll tell you why it's better. So let's go in here. Hopefully it didn't lock. Good. Sometimes they lock before I get to it. Now, what's nice about this cover, you do have a passenger side and driver's side release mechanism. So if you're standing on the driver's side or passenger side, you can open it up. Now, why is that better? Well, if you pull off to the side of the road and you got the traffic on the driver's side, you might want to swing over where I'm at and open the cover because it's a lot safer. So I'm going to open this up here. Now I want to kind of point out some of the new stuff here. Now, at first glance, you might not notice what is new, and hopefully Buddy will go in here and take a look, but there is now a second piece of rail that goes in first, and then they have the rail goes on top. So they actually changed the brackets on this, and they put the second rail. Now, one thing about the Toyotas, this part here kind of dips in and goes like this, and it wasn't a straight setup. This here, if you notice, that goes in, it kind of fills in that gap, so it is not completely straight all the way down here. And then the clamp here, it clamps in there. It actually clamps in really good. So it's still using the cargo management system, which I do like because I just feel like it takes the strength and makes it double. So again, I don't know if you can tell, but this thing's not even moving. This might be the strongest setup I have seen to date. Any of the covers, I think this is a great job. I like what Undercover did, and I like a company that's constantly improving their product. At first, we didn't know they made some changes, and Joel, who did the installation, he did a very good job. He was showing us, oh, look at this, they got a rail here, they got different clamps, and I like the changes. So Undercover, if you're watching the video, good job. We like it. Now, you could let us know that you made some changes, but hey, can't have it all, right? Now, what I like about this cover, it's not a two-fold cover, because a lot of times people say tri-fold, it must be three folds. Well, not all of tri-folds are three folds, but this one is. Now, before I go to the third fold, you can drive with this open or partially closed, or if you want to look at it. You do have to secure it because you don't want the wind to catch and to close it while you're driving. And then when it slides right in here. Now, you reach in here. This is going to go away. I'm going to lean it up for the moment. Now, if you look here, there's a little support system, and that just gonna locks in here. So now you have almost 98% of access to the bed. You do lose a little space here, but it's not much at all. Now, if you notice, we did put the drainage system to the sides, up tight, out of the way. Why is that important? Well, if you're using your truck bed as a truck bed and you're throwing stuff in there, I know a lot of people see the holes in the floor. Let's put it in the floor. Now, not saying I wouldn't do it, but I prefer not to do it because, again, you're putting stuff in there, you'll be knocking them out constantly. And it's a really inconvenience because now you got the drainage system, instead of pouring outside the vehicle, the water's pouring inside the vehicle, which is a real headache. So, again, by putting them up and tight and out of the way, you're not going to have any of those problems. And Joel did, again, an excellent job on this. Another really nice feature is when this is up. Now, both supports always need to be put in, but for the video purpose, I'm only doing one. This acts as a headache rack. Now, if you're not familiar with the term headache rack, it is a protection for your rear window. So if you have this up, that means you have something big back here. So you're driving along, of course, in South Florida, we have some really bad drivers, and we all know that. They'll cut you off, they do all kinds of things, and you hit the brakes, and all that stuff you have in the back comes flying forward. Well, instead of hitting the rear window, which is very expensive to fix, it's the cover. Covers a lot. First of all, the cover is going to take a lot more of an impact. I mean, think about it. This thing has a 400-pound capacity, so it's strong. It's two pieces of metal with an insulation and a Line-X on top. So that's a super strong setup. And plus, if you do damage it, it is cheaper to fix this than your rear window. Also, if you have your family in the back seat, you don't want anything going through that rear window. So again, this is another really good setup. Now, if you look over here, you got a really simple button here, if you can see this, but it's just a little push down. You come over here, a little clip there, super, super easy. You hear it locking down. Now, if you look over here, if you notice, there is a nice little seal along here, and this does a good job of keeping the water out. Now, talking about water, and this is a conversation I get all the time. These aren't submarines. You cannot say they're waterproof because they're not. They're water resistant, weather resistant covers. Now, because of the drainage system, because of the big seal here and the seals here, this does an excellent job of keeping the water out. But if you're going through a high pressure car wash, you might get a little water in there, or the monsoons we get in Florida, the water might find its way in there. So keep that in mind. Now, another nice thing about this cover and this company is the warranty. Now, a lot of times you look at folding covers, they have a 1-year warranty. If you're lucky, a 2 or 3 year warranty. This has a 5-year manufacturer warranty. And that really says a lot about how they really believe in their product. Now, if we install it for you, which we did in this case, that 5-year now becomes 10. Excellent warranty, by the way. And we even put a 1-year labor guarantee. So they cover the parts, we cover the labor. Again, great setup, looks good. Now, if you don't live here in Florida and you say, oh no, I can't buy it from you guys because I don't live in Florida, that's not true. We ship anywhere in the country. If you live in Texas, by the way, Texas buys a lot, thank you very much. California, even Hawaii, Portland, New York, we got the whole country, even Puerto Rico, we got it covered. So we can ship this anywhere in the country. And of course, there's got some changes on this, and you might want to call us up because sometimes calling the manufacturer, it's not as easy as you would hope. So calling us is a lot easier. We can walk you through all the installation steps. We can take care of all that for you. Again, I'm Chris with C&H Auto Accessories coming from Margate, Florida, and this is a review of the Armor Flex by Undercover on a Toyota Tacoma. Thank you.